Right, so here's my register layout, and very quickly I will just add the fields that we need to register. So when registering, depending on your app, you can add whichever fields you feel are necessary, but to keep it simple, we'll just require 3 fields: the name, the email, rather the username, that is, the email, the password, and a confirmation password. So 4 fields. So let's add those. Oh, before I continue, I'm actually going to delete this. You guys can use whichever layout you feel comfortable with. Personally, I do not like to use constraint layout when I can easily use relative layout. Alright, so this will be for my username. I'm going to set the hint to username and remove that text. Okay. Email. For this one, I will change input type to be text email address and remove that. Okay. And finally, I'll add 2 password text boxes. Make sure you do not use the regular plain text. Use password so that when you run the app, instead of showing the text that the person is typing, it shows the hashed text, the small circles. Alright, so this is password. And for the hint, I will put password. And finally, I'll call this one pass confirm. And for the hint, I will put re-enter password. And there we go. And then, of course, having put all this, what we need is a button. The button's ID will be create, and the text, you guys can put whatever you like. I will put create account. And there we have it, a basic register page. So we can go to our register activity and start linking this layout to the Java, but before I even do that, I'd like to go back to my start activity, which had my login page. As you can see, it has no Java at all. That's because I wanted to deal with the register first, but one thing we will need, even before we start doing that, is this button. We have to make it work so that when the user opens the app, they will be redirected to this page if they haven't already logged in, and the first thing they will do if it's their first time is to click this button. So let's make this button, just this button, work to begin with. So that's button, let's call it register. And here we'll say register is equals to button find view by id r.id dot, what did I call it? Yeah, register. And find next register dot set on click listener, new on click listener. And here we simply want to send it to the register activity, so intent is equals to new intent. The first argument the intent takes is context, which is the activity you are in dot this, and then your destination, which is register activity dot class. And finally, start activity. intent. And that's it. So let's run it as it is just to see what happens.